Welcome back to this session of the Hindu newspaper analysis for UPSC. Today we will discuss only four issues. The first issue is related to India-US Defense Cooperation. Second issue is related to Census 2027. Third issue is related to restoration of Jammu and Kashmir statehood. Fourth issue is related to India's demographic challenges. So let's discuss all the issues in detail. Recently, India-US signed 10-year defense pact. In this lecture, we will discuss India-US defense cooperation. Lecture is important for GS paper 3. Why in news? India and the US have unveiled a 10-year defense framework. The framework for US-India major defense partnership was signed on the sideline of the 12th ASEAN Defense Ministers Meeting Plus in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. It is marking a new phase in their strategic cooperation aimed at advancing peace, security, and stability in the Indo-Pacific. India-US relations evolution. During Cold War era, India followed the principle of non-alignment, while the US had stronger ties with Pakistan. Post-Cold War relation, India and the US began building closer diplomatic ties. New era of relations. US-India Civil Nuclear Agreement in 2005 marked a major milestone in strategic cooperation between both. Some foundational agreements such as LAMOA, COMCASA, BECA, GSOMIA. India-US defense relations 2005 strategic dialogue were initiated which led to deeper engagement between US and India. 2016 the US designated India as a major defense partner, enhancing access to advanced technologies and collaboration. 2016-2018 the US and India signed several important agreements between 2016 and 2018, such as number one, LAMOA. LAMOA means Logistic Exchange Memorandum of Agreement. It facilitated mutual logistic support between both countries. Number two, COMCASA. COMCASA means Communication, Compatibility and Security Agreement. Facilitates secure communication between US India militaries for interoperability. Number three, BECA. BECA means Basic Exchange and Cooperation Agreement. This allows sharing of geospatial intelligence for enhanced military precision and navigation. Number four, GSOMIA. GSOMIA means General Security of Military Information Agreement. GSOMIA protects the exchange of information, also fostering intelligence collaboration. 2018. For easier access to US military technology, India received Strategic Trade Authorization Tier 1 status in 2018. 2 plus 2 ministerial dialogue was also established to deepen strategic cooperation. 2019. In 2019, first tri-service exercise, Tiger Triumph, and signing of the Industrial Security Annex for US coverage in India defense production. 2020. Initiative on critical and emerging technology, ICAR, to drive collaboration in AI, quantum computing, and cybersecurity was launched in 2020. 2021 Maritime Information Sharing Technical Arrangement MISTA was established in 2021 to improve maritime domain awareness. 2021-22 Progress in major equipment deal, including F414 fighter jet engine and MQ-9B Sky Guardian drones. 2023 India-US Defense Acceleration Ecosystem Index X under ICAD was launched in 2023 to foster collaboration among defense companies, investors, and research institutions. India-US cooperation in various sectors and significance. Number one, economic growth. Strong economic ties enhance investment and bilateral trade, which lead to job creation and economic development in both nations. US is India's largest trading partner. Number two, defense collaboration. Some strategic defense agreements like LAMOA and COMCASA facilitate interoperability and deeper military cooperation. For example, joint military exercises such as Yudh Abhyas. Number three, technological partnership. Collaboration in critical technologies will enhance innovation competitiveness. For example, India-US Initiative on Critical and Emerging Technologies (ICAT). Number four, cultural exchange. A vibrant diaspora and educational exchange enrich cultural ties and enhance mutual understanding between the two societies of countries. For example, over 2 lakh Indian students study in US. This number can be changed time to time. Number 5, climate cooperation. Joint effort in addressing climate change will strengthen global environmental governance and sustainable development initiative. For example, the US India Clean Energy Partnership. Number 6, Quad Alliance. The Quadrilateral Security Dialogue Quad enhanced regional security cooperation, promoting democratic values and addressing challenges in the Indo-Pacific. For example, the Quad's initiative in vaccine distribution and maritime security. Challenges in India-US relations. Number 1, trade imbalance. Trade imbalance cause friction affecting agriculture and manufacturing sectors. US concern over India tariff on various agriculture products have led to trade dispute. Number 2, data privacy concern. Both countries have different approaches to data protection and cross-border data. US want free data flow, while India emphasize data localization for privacy. Number 3, defense procurement hurdles. Disagreement and bureaucratic delays slow defense collaboration. For example, the delay in finalizing the Predator drone deal. Number 4, intellectual property rights. Disagreement over intellectual property protections, especially in pharmaceuticals, impaired trade negotiations. Number 5, visa restrictions. State US visa regulations, particularly for H-1B visa, limit Indian IT professionals' mobility who affect the tech industry. Number 6, geopolitical difference. Diverging views on both countries on Iran, Russia, and other regional conflicts sometimes challenge bilateral strategic cooperation. Recent India-US trade issues. India levies 5 times a higher tariff on import from US than US levies on its import. The average duty levied by India was 17% in 2023 compared to 3.3% levied by the US. Average tariff levied by India on non-agricultural goods less than 50%, on agricultural goods more than 38%. India's higher average is due to high tariff on agriculture products to protect domestic producers. Trade surplus with the US. India is exporting more to US, widening its trade surplus with US. Why tariffs are being imposed by US? Tariffs are being imposed to block import from India into the US because US wants India to import more from them. The chart shows the average duty levied on import country-wise. The chart shows the average duty levied product category-wise on import into India. US President Donald Trump's recent various actions against India. Number 1, 100% tariff on BRICS nations. Trump threatened to impose 100% tariff on India and other BRICS countries if they attempt to reduce the US dollar's dominance in global trade or create a new currency. More than 50% reciprocal tariff. Trump announced a 50% reciprocal tariff on Indian imports to address trade imbalance. Immigration and diplomatic incidents. Number 1, H-1B visa restrictions. Trump's policies on immigration, including restrictions on H-1B visas, created challenge for Indian professionals and IT firms. Deportation of Indian immigrants. The US deported illegal Indian immigrants back to India in handcuffs, a move seen as a diplomatic insult. Other actions. Labeling India as a drug threat. Trump identified India as one of 23 countries involved in the illegal production and trafficking of narcotics, calling them a threat to US security. Demand for market access. Trump demanded that India increase its procurement of American made defense equipment and move towards a fair bilateral trading relations. In this lecture, we will discuss about census in India. Census 2027 will be India's first digital census with caste inclusion. Lecture is important for GS paper 1, GS paper 3. Why in news? Census 2027 will be the first digital census and the first to enumerate caste in independent India. The efficacy of self-enumeration module for first phase will be tested from today. Census is conducted by Registrar General and Census Commissioner. About population census. Population census is a process of collecting, compiling, analyzing, and disseminating demographic, economic, and social data of all persons in a country. It also provides the information related to trends in population characteristics. The Indian census is the largest administrative exercise undertaken in the world. Census is conducted by Census is conducted by Office of Registrar General and Census Commissioner under Ministry of Home Affairs. Until 1951, The census organization was set up for each census on an ad hoc basis. Legal constitutional provisions related to census. Census Act 1948, conducted under the provision of the Census Act 1948, Article 246. Census is a union subject under Article 246, 7th Schedule. It is listed at serial number 69 of the 7th Schedule of the Constitution. Confidentiality of information. The information collected during the population census is so confidential that it is not even accessible to the court of law. This confidentiality is guaranteed by the Census Act 1948. The law specifies penalties for both census officials and public for non-compliance or violation of any provision of the Act. History of census. Ancient and medieval period. Rigveda. The earliest literature, Rigveda, mentioned that some kind of population count was maintained during 800 to 600 BC in India. Arthashastra. Arthashastra of Kautilya, written in the 3rd century BC, reveal about collection of population statistics as a measure of state policy for taxation. Aine Akbari. Aine Akbari also include comprehensive data pertaining to population, industry, wealth, and many other characteristics. Pre-independence period. The history of the census began with 1800 when England had begun its census. Census was conducted in Allahabad 1824 and in Banaras 1827 by James Prinsep. In 1830, first complete census of Indian city was conducted by Henry Walter in Decca, now Dhaka. The first synchronous census was taken under British rule on February 17, 1881 by W.C. Plowden, Census Commissioner of India. Since then, census have been undertaken uninterruptedly once every 10 years. Socio-economic and caste census (SECC). Socio-economic and caste census was conducted in 2011 for the first time since 1931. SECC asked to every Indian family in rural and urban India about their economic status and specific caste name. Difference between census and SECC. Field of coverage. Census provide a portrait of the Indian population and SECC is a tool to identify beneficiaries of state support. Confidentiality of data. Census data is confidential. SECC data is open for use by a government department to grant or restrict benefit to the people. Significance of SECC. Better mapping of inequality. SECC has the potential to mapping of inequality in a broader level. SECC is useful to establish statistical justification for preserving caste-based affirmative action program or welfare schemes. Legally imperative. SECC is also legally imperative as the code require quantifiable data to support the existing level of reservation. Constitutional mandate. Constitution of India also favor conducting a caste census. Article 240 mandate the appointment of a commission to investigate the condition of socially and educationally backward classes. Commission make recommendations as to the steps that should be taken by government. Significance of census. Number one, source of information. The Indian census is the largest single source of statistical information of the people of India. Demographers and researchers use census data to analyze growth and trends of population and make projections. Number two, good governance. Census data is used for administration, planning and policy making as well as management and evaluation of various programs by the government. Number three, demarcation. Census data is also used for demarcation of constituencies and allocation of representation to local bodies, state legislative assemblies and parliament. Number four, better access for business. The census data is also important for business and industries for strengthening and planning their business. Number five, giving grants. Finance Commission provide grants to the state on basis of population figure available from the census data. In this lecture, we will discuss how delay in restore statehood to Jammu and Kashmir affect Indian federalism. Lecture is important for GS paper 2. Why news? Supreme Court hearing an appeal seeking the restoration of statehood within a specific time framework fixed 2 months. The petitioner argued that continued UT status to Jammu and Kashmir infringes citizens' rights and undermines federalism, a part of the constitution's basic structure. Supreme Court gives Centre 4 weeks to respond related to restoration of Jammu and Kashmir statehood. How are states created in India? Number one, admission. A new state may be admitted into India if it has an organized political unit as per international law. For example, Jammu and Kashmir accession via the Instrument of Accession in 1947. Number two, establishment. A territory can be established as a state acquired under international law. For example, Goa and Sikkim. Number three, formation reorganization. Under Article 3 of Constitution, existing state can be reorganized. Parliament can form a new state by separating or merging territories, increasing or diminishing a state area, altering the boundaries or name of a state. For example, formation of Telangana from Andhra Pradesh. About UTs in India. Constitutional framework. Article 1. India is a union of states including UTs. The 7th Constitutional Amendment Act and the Section 6 of State Reorganization Act 1956 institutionalized the concept of UTs. Union can diminish a state area and converting it into a UT is not mentioned in the Constitution of India. Why UT are provisioned in India? Political and administrative. Direct governance in sensitive regions such as Delhi, Chandigarh. Cultural. Preservation of unique cultural identities, for example, Puducherry. Strategic. Security in strategic locations such as Andaman and Nicobar, Lakshadweep. Developmental. Focused growth in backward tribal areas before statehood, for example, Mizoram and Tripura. What is India's federal design and its impact on Jammu and Kashmir statehood? India's federal design. India is a union of states indivisible and not right to secede. Article 1. Indian constitution uses the term union instead of federation to balance unitary strength with federal character. Federalism ensures equitable resource distribution and representation of states at the union level. Rajya Sabha as a permanent house ensures state representation at the union level, safeguarding federal interest. Federalism is part of constitution's basic structure, so it cannot be abrogated. How prolonged delay in a restoration of Jammu and Kashmir statehood affect India's federal design? Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019 transformed the region into two UTs, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Although the constitutional validity of this act was upheld by the Supreme Court in 2023, it mandated restoration of Jammu and Kashmir's statehood. Opponents argue that prolonged delay in restoration of Jammu and Kashmir statehood by extending union dominance through the LG undermine federalism, which limiting the power of elected representatives. Proponents argue that due to Jammu and Kashmir's sensitive security concern, union control is crucial until stability is firm established. Importance of restoring statehood. Number one, restoring statehood to Jammu and Kashmir reaffirm India's commitment to federal integrity by promoting shared governance between the union and state. Number two, it empowered the elected assembly and enhanced democratic rights through better representation and accountability. Process for restoring statehood require repealing the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019. Restoring statehood to Jammu and Kashmir would require repealing the Jammu and Kashmir Restoration Act and introducing a new bill in Parliament. Under Article 3, Parliament can form a new state from existing territory with the President's recommendation who act on the advice of the Council of Ministers. Examples of granting statehood to UTs in India: Himachal Pradesh in 1971, Manipur and Tripura in 1972, Arunachal Pradesh and Mizoram in 1987. Goa was formed as a state in 1987 by converting the UT of Goa, Daman and Diu. This is PYQ related to this article. In this lecture, we will discuss India's demographic challenges, demographic dividend, trends and journey. Lecture is important for GS paper 1, GS paper 2, for prelims and for mains. Every year, World Population Day is celebrated on July 11. United Nations established the day in 1989. India's demographic journey needs to be understood. The world population increasing, challenges as poverty, health and gender inequality are scaring the world. Recently, United Nations Population Fund has released the State of World Population Report 2025, which states that India's population has hit 146.39 crore. The State of World Population is published annually, which cover and analyze development and trends in the world population and demographics. Population trends in India and world. The decade of the 1960s and 1970s were scary as the global population was growing at a yearly rate of 2%. For India, there was a prediction of a doom because India faced a widespread poverty, hunger, and death at that time. Global fertility rate declined since 1980. In 1980, global fertility rates declined rapidly, and due to improvement in living conditions and medical infrastructure, life expectancy increased. In India too, fertility rate began to fall since the 1970s and at present is below the replacement level. India progress in many health parameters and significant reductions in maternal and child mortality. This is total fertility rate per woman. In Afghanistan, total fertility rate is highest 4.7, Pakistan 3.5, Bangladesh 2.1, India 1.9, Nepal 1.9, Sri Lanka 1.9, Bhutan 1.4, China 1. India's population dynamics. Three components fertility, mortality, and migration play a pivotal role in shaping India's demographic landscape. Fertility rate. India has made significant strides in reducing its fertility. Country's total fertility rate has declined to 1.9, falling below the replacement level of 2.1. The total fertility rate measures the number of children a woman is expected to have throughout her reproductive age. Mortality rate. There has been a significant drop in the mortality rate. Migration. Migration and urbanization are also critical issues. Rapid rural to urban migration is posing a threat to the existing urban infrastructure. Other parameters of Indian population. The average life expectancy of Indians has also increased over time. With this, India is experiencing a demographic shift towards an aging population. Young workforce. India has the largest young population in world. India can harness the potential of its young workforce by creating employment. Healthcare system. The decline in mortality and increase in life expectancy are a reflection of a robust healthcare system and increased living standards. Aging population. The issue of population aging require a long-term plan focusing on geriatric care and providing social security benefits. According to the 2011 census, people aged 60 years and above constituted 8.6% of the total population. The number was 14 crore and 19 lakh in 2022, according to 10.55% of the total population. Gender inequality. Gender inequality is an important concern. Women labor force participation and political representation is very low, which can be a hurdle in India's path for sustainable development goal to 2030. Income and wealth inequality. According to Oxfam, top 1% of India's population hold 40% of the total wealth and top 10% hold 77%. According to World Inequality Report 2022, top 10% and top 1% of the population holding 57% and 22% of the total national income respectively. India's progress in the Sustainable Development Goals in light of its population dynamic. Adoption of Sustainable Development Goal. In 2015, the UN adopted the Sustainable Development Goals, which were recognized as important metrics in assessing the progress of nations. Target year of SDG is 2030. Three most important SDGs which form the core of development. Number one, no poverty. Number two, zero hunger. Number three, good health. With 2030, the target year coming closer, India's progress in the sustainable development goals should be understood particularly in light of its population dynamic. Number of poverty. India made a great leap toward the goal of eradicating poverty. The proportion of the population living below the poverty line reduced from 48% to 10% between 1990 and 2019. India's extreme poverty rate, defined by the World Bank as living on less than $2.15 per day, fell to 5.3% in 2022-23, down from 16.2% in 2011-12. Manrega, that came into effect in 2006, played a critical role in addressing rural poverty. Number one, nutrition and hunger. Hunger and nutrition is a sector in crisis. As per the International Food Security Assessment 2022-23, about 333.5 million people in India were food insecure in 2022-23. 63.3% of the rural population could not afford the cost of the required diet, even with 100% of income spent on food. India has been ranked 105th out of 127 countries in the Global Hunger Index. replacing it in the serious category for hunger level, nutrition, stunting, wasting, and underweight among children below 5 years, and anemia among women pose serious challenges. With the Green Revolution, India became self-sufficient in crop production. Number 3, healthcare. India has made remarkable progress in health sector. The Janani Suraksha Yojana of 2005 provided cash benefit to pregnant women to save poor families from hefty health expenditure. All the critical mortality indicators have seen steady declines. The maternal mortality rate decreased from 384.4 in 2000 to 102.7 in 2020. The infant mortality rate also reduced from 66.7 deaths per 1000 live birth in 2000 to 25.5 deaths per 1000 live birth in 2021. These achievements show that there has been a significant improvement in the quality and coverage of the healthcare. What needs to looking into India's growing population? Number one, acknowledge changing population dynamics during policies formation. For India to achieve the SDGs, the changing population dynamics has to be acknowledged while forming policies. Number two, India needs to address income inequality. Number three, India needs a stronger safety net to save poor families from slipping into poverty. Number four, India needs to increase in budgetary allocation for the health and nutrition sector. Number five, need to enhance gender equality. A gender equal approach and empowerment of vulnerable women can solve most issues and propel India's progress in the sustainable development goals. Number six, harness its demographic dividend by creating job opportunities for the youth of India and address changing health needs. State of World Population Report 2025. Recently, the United Nations Population Fund has released the State of World Population Report 2025. What are the key highlights of the report? Population estimation. India's population is estimated to have reached 146.39 crore. India's youth population remains significant with about 68% of the population in India is working age. Fertility rate. Country's total fertility rate had declined to 1.9, falling below the replacement level of 2.1. The total fertility rate measures the number of children a woman is expected to have throughout her reproductive age. Life expectancy. The average life expectancy for an Indian male projected as 71 and 74 for female. Elderly population 65 and older currently stand at 7%. That is expected to rise in the coming decades as life expectancy improve. Slowing population. The population is expected to grow to 170 crore before starting to dip in about 40 years. Replacement level total fertility rate. Replacement level total fertility rate is the rate needed for each generation to replace the previous generation's population. What is UNFPA? UNFPA is a subsidiary organ of the UN General Assembly and works as a sexual and reproductive health agency. The UN Economic and Social Council (ECOSCOC) established its mandate establishment. Established as a trust fund in 1967 and began operations in 1969. In 1987, it was officially renamed the United Nations Population Fund. Original abbreviation UNFPA for the United Nations Fund for Population Activities was retained. Objective: UNFPA work directly to tackle Sustainable Development Goal on health, Sustainable Development Goal 3, education, Sustainable Development Goal 4, gender equality, Sustainable Development Goal 5, fund. UNFPA is not supported by UN budget, entirely supported by voluntary contributions of donor government, intergovernmental organizations, the private sector, foundations and individuals. This is PYQ related to this article. So thanks for watching this video.